I would leave first thing in the morning, and she would be there.
I love you, nipple. Think of me at work today.
Then I would come back, sometimes as late as 11 or 12 at night, and she would still be there.
How was your shift, reindeer? Did you think of me?
Did the Netflix show Baby Reindeer accurately portray the real-life events? Did the real-life stalker really leave thousands of voicemails for Gadd, tormenting him day and night? And what happened to the woman known as Martha after the events depicted in the show? Baby Reindeer captivated audiences with its raw portrayal of comedian Richard Gadd's real-life ordeal. But how much of the show was true to reality? We'll answer all these burning questions about one of the most talked about and emotionally charged dramas of the year. But before Netflix, did Baby Reindeer start out as a one-man show? Yes, Baby Reindeer started as a one-man show, written and performed by Richard Gadd himself. He debuted the semi-autobiographical show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in 2019, 5 years before the Netflix series premiered. In the original stage production, Gadd was the sole performer, delivering all the dialogue and narration as he unfolded his harrowing story. The Netflix adaptation, however, features a full cast of actors, with Gadd playing a fictionalized version of himself named Donnie Dunn. Did the Netflix show Baby Reindeer accurately portray the real-life events? While the Netflix series Baby Reindeer is based on the true story of the comedian's experiences with a stalker, there are some significant differences between the original show and the real events. For example, did the real Martha serve prison time for stalking Gadd? No, in the Netflix series, the character of Martha is sentenced to 9 months in prison for stalking and harassing Donnie Dunn. However, in reality, Gadd has stated that the woman who stalked him did not serve any prison time. In an interview with The Times, Gadd revealed that he had mixed feelings about how the situation was resolved, but he didn't want to see his stalker in prison due to her mental health issues. And the level of stalking, was that portrayed accurately in the show? Not entirely. While the show depicts Martha sending numerous emails and voicemails to Dunn, the actual scale of Gadd's stalker's harassment was much more severe. According to reports, Gadd received a staggering 41,071 emails, 350 hours of voicemails, 744 tweets, 46 Facebook messages, and 106 pages of letters from his real-life stalker over the course of 4.5 years. Did the stalker also give Gadd gifts that weren't shown in the series? Yes, although the specifics are not entirely clear, Gadd has mentioned that his stalker did give him various gifts, including a toy reindeer, sleeping pills, underwear, and a woolly hat. However, in the Netflix series, the only gift depicted is a photograph of Martha in her underwear, which she left after sneaking into Dunn's room. How long did it take for the police to intervene in the real-life stalking case? In the show, Dunn approaches the police after just 6 months. However, in reality, it took much longer before the authorities got involved in Gadd's case. Gadd has revealed that it wasn't until 6 years had passed since their initial encounter, which was in 2015, that he finally received a resolution from the police regarding his stalker. Was the stalker really from Scotland? Not really. In the original one-man show, Gadd portrayed his stalker as a Northern Irish woman with a thick accent and a hatred for England. In the Netflix series, actress Jessica Gunning portrays Martha with a Scottish accent. Well, in reality, Gunning is from Yorkshire. She adopted this accent just for her role, giving the character a unique twist. Were the characters' names changed for the show? Yes, Gadd's character is named Donnie Dunn, while the stalker is referred to as Martha Scott, rather than her actual name. Gadd has explained that this was done to protect the identities of the real people involved, and for legal reasons. What happened to the real-life Martha after the events portrayed in the show? The fate of Gadd's actual stalker remains unknown, as he has chosen to keep her identity and specific details about the resolution of the case private. In interviews, Gadd has stated that he is not concerned about his stalker attempting to contact him again due to where things ended in real life, but he has not provided further details out of respect for her privacy and mental health struggles. Gadd also admitted he couldn't anticipate Gunning's response to Baby Reindeer on Netflix. Her reactions to things varied so much that I almost couldn't predict how she'd react to anything. She was quite an idiosyncratic person. We've gone to such great lengths to disguise her, to the point that I don't think she would recognize herself. However, following this, a woman spoke out. Fiona Harvey, a lawyer from 5e Aberdeenshire, claims to be the inspiration for the character of Martha. She is mad at Netflix and Gadd for this portrayal of her, and now wants to take legal action, demanding to see the proof Netflix has of the real-life events. Guess this isn't over yet. Did the show accurately depict Gadd's experience with sexual abuse? Yes, the 4th episode of Baby Reindeer delves into the traumatic experience of Gadd being groomed, raped, and repeatedly sexually assaulted by an older, successful TV writer who initially offered to mentor him. While the specifics of the abuse may have been adjusted for the show, Gadd has confirmed that this storyline is based on his own lived experience and is emotionally 100% true. In an interview with The Independent, Gadd said, "I don't want to speak for every person that's been sexually abused, but one of the most common ramifications is self-blame. Why did I go there? Why did I do this? Why did I blah blah blah?" But writing it down in a chronological way and processing it, I guess I learned to empathize with myself a little bit more. Was the character of Terry, Dunn's girlfriend, accurately portrayed as a trans woman? According to actress Nava Mao, who plays Terry, her character's portrayal as a trans woman felt authentic and true to life. Mao praised the writing, saying it felt like the first time reading a character that was written by someone who actually had known and loved a trans woman. This attention to detail and authenticity in Terry's character suggests that Gadd aimed to accurately represent his real-life experiences and relationships in the show. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Was the character of Donnie Dunn an accurate representation of Gadd himself? Mostly yes. Donnie Dunn is a fictionalized version of Gadd, but the show tried to capture the emotional essence of Gadd's experiences. As he explained to GQ, it's pretty truthful. Anytime it veered too much into embellishment, I would always want to pull it back. It's extremely emotionally truthful. Were Gadd's struggles with the police accurately depicted? Well, Gadd has answered this one himself too. In an interview with The Guardian, he said that he was getting told off for harassing the police about being harassed, and described the process as a fucking nightmare that took years to resolve. How did the show handle the sensitive subject matter of stalking and abuse? Baby Reindeer doesn't shy away from tough stuff like stalking and abuse, but it handles these topics with empathy. Gadd, the creator, didn't want to make his stalker out to be a monster. He understands her actions came from mental illness and the system failing to support her properly. Did Gadd's stalker harass his loved ones as well? Yes, the stalker's obsession with Gadd went far beyond just targeting him directly. She even began harassing Gadd's loved ones, including his parents and the transgender woman he started dating. As Gadd revealed in an interview, at first everyone at the pub thought it was funny that I had an admirer. Then she started to invade my life, following me, turning up at my gigs, waiting outside my house, sending thousands of voicemails and emails. Speaking of voicemails, did Gadd employ the same technique as Donnie in categorizing the voicemails? Yes, Gadd adopted a similar approach to Donnie when it came to dealing with the overwhelming number of voicemails. Like Donnie, who organizes the flood of voicemails, sorting and seeking evidence of wrongdoing, Gadd shared that he also started methodically going through the voicemails, hoping to find anything helpful in his quest for justice. In a press release, Gadd described the impact these messages had on him, stating, "I would go to bed at night and still hear her in my ears, her voice swirling around my head, her words leaping around my eyelids as I tried to sleep." Did Gadd face any backlash for portraying real-life events in Baby Reindeer? Yes, after the release of Baby Reindeer, the same woman who claimed to be Gadd's real-life stalker threatened legal action against him. She alleged that the show took liberties with her depiction and that Gadd was now using Baby Reindeer to stalk her. She also said, "I'm the victim. He's written a bloody show about me." So, how accurate was this drama in portraying the real-life events? You decide and let us know in the comments below. And finally, one last message, please stop stalking your exes.